Howdy, folks. Howdy. Good morning. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. And I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another edition, man. Here we are, man. Here we are. Man, for those of you just now tuning in, we do biker news, and we do it Monday through Friday, and then we're here on Sunday, and we do biker news network on Sunday. We do the roundtable. You can find us on Black Dragon Biker TV, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, as well as the Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos, which is our podcast, the Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos, and of course, bikerliberty.com. I was talking to this lady on TikTok this morning, and she is a journalist out there in the world of journalism, and she said I wasn't a real journalist. She said I was what are you, some sort of vlogger or blogger? You guys aren't real journalists. You guys always put out bad information, and you have to retract things, and your level of research is poor. And I was thinking, is this the fake news calling me not a journalist? Like, how much SHIT y'all got to take back? How many of y'all stories have proven to be false? Especially when you talk about motorcycle clubs. It's so sad, the misinformation you guys put out, and you want to call me a non-journalist. She really infuriated me this morning. I wanted to give her my battle cry. Yeah. Anyway. Sad, bro. Sad. Anyway, getting into today's story. Man, today's story has me kind of ticked off a little bit for a couple of different reasons. Where is today's story? Can I not find today's story? Maybe I'm not a journalist. But we're gonna go through it and things. Here it is. Here's today's story. We're gonna go through the story and things and kind of look at it. Man, first of all, did Jennifer Lopez get married again? Holy moly. She's just been through the ringer, hadn't she? She just married Ben Affleck. I guess they went and did something in Las Vegas. No big marriage. You don't need a big wedding if you've been married 50 times. You just go put on a dress you had in your closet and go stand in line. But this is what I have to say. The world is small and life is short. Do you, whatever makes you happy, man. You got to do you. You got to do you. No matter what life throws, do you. You guys know that was a good song. You know that. All right. Moving on to the story of today. Pagans Motorcycle Club member leads St. Mary's officers on a high-speed chase, police say. And that should be just like the end of the story. Like, okay, he led us on a high-speed chase, and we caught him. But they throw so much more into the story. It gets tiring. It just gets so tiring. That a story where a guy is riding fast turns into some fantastic stuff, and then before we're done, a race riot is going to occur. They're so racist. and just oh, let's just roll the tape and we'll discuss it on the other. It's just tiring. A guy was riding his motorcycle fast who happened to be part of the Pagans MC. We pulled him over and took his butt to jail. End of story. Well, no, not if you're a 1% outlaw motorcycle club. Then you become a biker gang. The FBI has them on a list of, man, the FBI's got a lot of people on lists, especially like if you were a black person back in the 60s, like my mother, who was involved in stuff like marching and civil rights, your ass was on an FBI list. They didn't make you a bad person, but it did put you on the FBI list. A dossier, they used to call them. You can get your butt a dossier real fast. But anyway, I digress. Let me see if we can't pull the story up so for you guys, and we'll do the video first. This is coming from News 4 Jax. I imagine that's Jacksonville, Florida, I think. But let's check it out. St. Mary's, Georgia. And they always do this to me. Why do they always do this? Must we have a commercial for everything? All right, hold on. This commercial will be gone in just a second. Okay, I think
right
this is
now at 10 o'clock, caught on camera, a high-speed police chase involving a member of one of the most well-known motorcycle gangs in the U.S. And the man has ties to 2 active duty sailors here in Jacksonville.
Right now, they're actually in front of my patrol car getting his patches and his colors off his back. And he is a verified pagan through NCIC, GCIC.
That dash cam and body camera video were just released today.
This all comes 8 days after the high-speed pursuit in St. Mary's. News for Jax reporter Eric Avenir is joining us now live to explain how it all started.
Yeah, Ken, it all started when a St. Mary's police officer caught 2 motorcyclists in the act of street racing through St. Mary's. He pursued both motorcyclists, but only one gave up and surrendered. And it just so happened the person who surrendered turned out to be a member of a biker gang labeled by the FBI as outlaws.
Shortly before 1 a.m., the radar in the St. Mary's police cruiser detects a vehicle coming from behind at 112 miles per hour. Then Corporal Stokes' dash cam records 2 motorcycles speeding past him. The corporal says the 2 motorcyclists appeared to be racing each other, so he pursued them both in an effort to conduct a traffic stop. Neither motorcyclist would stop, and both accelerated much faster. But Corporal Stokes was able to maintain a visual of both motorcycles far ahead of him. At one point during the chase, the 2 motorcyclists split from each other, so Corporal Stokes found himself following a motorcycle driven by a man who was later identified as 26-year-old Daniel Hubbard of Woodstock, Alabama. Hubbard comes to a stop and surrenders to Corporal Stokes. Notice Hubbard is wearing a vest with patches that identify him as a member of the Pagan 1% biker gang. A background check confirms his affiliation with the gang.
Yeah, I think if that goes to the jail, you won't get it back. Your jacket.
That's why he's going to call somebody.
Yeah.
That somebody he called was his girlfriend, who is stationed at NAS Jax, and her friend, who is stationed at Mayport. Corporal Stokes is concerned about active duty sailors being affiliated with a man whose name just popped up on a national law enforcement database as a certified gang member.
I don't know if you guys would be interested. I was just in a vehicle pursuit with a pagan, 1%er. He called his girlfriend and a friend to come and get the motorcycle and his colors, and they are both Navy personnel. So right now they're actually in front of my patrol car getting his patches and his colors off his back. And he is a verified pagan through NCIC, GCIC.
Pagan 1% has been identified by the FBI as a biker gang more than 1,000 members strong, whose territory is the Eastern Seaboard. The FBI says the gang is involved in violent organized crime. And according to both the FBI and ATF, the gang is at war with the Hells Angels biker gang.
Now, Hubbard is already bonded out of jail, and his next court date is August 19th. As for that other motorcyclist, well, that person got away and has yet to be identified. Reporting live, Eric Avenir, Channel 4, the local station.
And Eric, as you're talking through that, talking about getting the colors off Hubbard's back, that's his vest. Why wouldn't he get his vest back if he went to jail while he was wearing it?
So to my understanding, he was not going to get that vest back. They didn't even want him to go to jail with that vest on because of the patches. Those patches they thought could incite a riot inside the jail, especially a race riot, because the pagan one percenters, according to the FBI, has racist views towards African Americans. So they were basically trying to avoid something much worse happening inside the jail. And get this, on top of all of that, he already told the officer he had a tattoo of a noose on his body. So they were really trying to avoid a much serious situation inside the jail.
All right, thanks for the explanation, and thank you for the report. Eric Gavinet reporting live tonight.
Oh, stole me again. How the hell they do that? Okay, so man, let's decompress some of this. So, you speed past a guy at 112 miles an hour and you're riding next to another guy. That does not make you racing. It makes you getting down with your very last compound. When we ride in the pack 2x2, we get down. That doesn't make you racing. It appeared to be racing. No, I was riding next to another guy and we were getting down. That doesn't mean that anybody was racing. Number one. Number two, they never answered the question, why don't you get your colors back? I was arrested here in Georgia for when they put the clock on me. I was 120 down in Henry County. I pulled over, and the cop comes up to me. I had about maybe 4 or 5 guns on me at the time. So he comes walking up and, sir, nice try. You got it down to 108, but I got you at 120. And so I just immediately started handing my guns to him. I started pulling guns off and handing them to him. And he says, well, I appreciate it. He takes all my guns and puts them in his pockets and in his belt and everywhere he could put them. Walks back to his car, comes back, says, well, I got to arrest you. So I get off my motorcycle. I had a passenger on the back. I got off my motorcycle. She got off. And I walked straight to the front of his police cruiser and put my hands on the front, on the hood, spread my legs, and he started laughing at me. Hey, man, cut that out. You're a national president. You just handed me 4 or 5 guns. Come on, stop it. I know you don't have anything else on you. He opened up the back of my, he had me open up the back of my trunk thing, and he stuck all my guns in there. And then he said something to me. He said, national president, if I take you to jail in those colors, you won't get them back. So what I want you to do is, do you have someone that can come and get your colors and your bike? I wasn't no pagan. My club isn't on no FBI list to my knowledge. So why is it that he told me the same exact thing he told that guy? And so they called my club brother to come get my my colors and my bike and my guns. They did that as a courtesy. But he said on no uncertain terms, if those colors go to the jailhouse, you won't get them back. But why? Why would my property be taken? I didn't seem to think he was lying about that. So what is it about my colors that allows them to be taken into the system and they never come back? There was no worry about a race riot with my colors. I didn't have a noose on me. Don't make no damn sense. The question was not answered. Why wouldn't you get your colors back? But he absolutely told me that your colors will be disrespected. There's no way I would take you in there with those colors. You're such a good guy. I wish I didn't even have to arrest you. If that cop let his people come and get those colors, then there must have been some level of respect, because they also, he, as fast as I was going, he was within every right to tow my motorcycle away. He didn't do that down there in Henry County. He didn't do that. He had my club brother come pick up my colors, my guns, and my bike. Just like they did with that guy. None of all this, he's a racist and we better not let that. What the hell? And this lady told me today that I was not a journalist. That crap y'all be putting out ain't journalism. So then he handcuffs me in the front. He handcuffs me like this. So when I get to the jail, there's a certain, I guess this is a certain kind of signal that this guy is not as big a threat as the people that are handcuffed from behind. So they treated me like I wasn't expecting to be treated. They treated me very, very well and very respectable. Maybe because I was a leader of a motorcycle club. I don't know. But this other gobbledygook. All this other gobbledygook. So the FBI has labeled them as a racist. Listen, I have gone on record to say, even I, Black Dragon, believe that there should be all black 1%er motorcycle clubs that don't have any white people in them, as well as there should be all white motorcycle clubs that don't have any black people in them. I don't have a problem with that. Just because you want to be around your people does not make you racist. There are plenty of mixed race clubs for people that want to be in mixed race clubs. There's mixed race 1%er clubs. Go do you, man. Do you. But in every place that I have a chapter of my MC where there are pagans, they have always treated us with respect. They ain't never come on no racist shit. I'm not going to say there ain't no racists in their club. Hell, there's probably racists in the Black Sabbath. But we are not a racist organization. Hell, we might have some thieves too. A couple liars. Few alcoholics. That doesn't make us an alcoholic club. If somebody sells pot in your club, does that make your club a drug distribution? No, that makes that person over there someone who sells pot. somebody's riding a stolen motorcycle, does that mean the club is no. But we have chapters in all these places where you have a whole bunch of different outlaw clubs, diamond clubs. And we have dealt with some racism issues. And that has been chapters of certain clubs or something. We've never like run into this like, it just, hey, listen, man, when you're a grown man and you handle yourself grown man like, you're going to be treated grown man like. And from that organization, it ain't never been nothing but respect. Some of those guys have bought my books, have come up to me and taken pictures with me, have told me I'm the reason that they are even in motorcycle clubs of that organization, have treated me with respect. So when I see this stuff, I'm like, man, this is, I mean, why do they do that? Why do they do that? Why do they push this narrative to divide us? Well, you're not dividing motorcycle clubs. You're not going to divide motorcycle clubs, because something that we have to do in order to get along as MCs is we have protocols we have to follow. And the biggest protocol among motorcycle clubs is respect. That's the biggest thing. Respect. It is a requirement because you're dealing with alphas. And if alphas don't respect one another, then there's going to be hell to pay. So all of this, they're known to be a racist. I'm sure there's some cats in there with some pretty racist views. But if I go by my experience with that club, it's been always respectful. And that's all I can go by. I can't, you have to, that's what I tell you guys in these motorcycle clubs, even in your own club, when somebody tells you to hate somebody because they hate them. Somebody tells you somebody's not good because of their label. That's your label. That's your get down with Black Dragon. That's you two. I just met the guy yesterday. How am I going to hate this guy that I just met? How am I going to hate this guy I never rode with? You can't let people have your imagination and your soul. You can't let people just make you hate somebody because of what they say about them. You have to get your own experience. How did that person treat you? How did that motorcycle club treat you? How did that motorcycle club treat your chapters, your brothers? Damn what this guy says. I can only go by my own personal experiences. The FBI has them listed as, well, the FBI has listed Black people that I know as ne'er-do-wells because they wanted to have the right to vote and stuff like that. You can get listed, don't let the list fool you, okay? That's all I'm saying. Don't let the list fool you. Some guy wrote a book about them called Riding with Evil. And in this book, the only person that was misrepresenting themselves, that was undercover, that was lying about every detail and every facet of who he was the author of the book. But we can accept his lies because the Supreme Court says it's okay for police officers to lie to you, to use coercion and subversive tactics to scare you or trick you or fool you into admitting to crimes. It's okay if they get just as bad as you are or what they think you are, or even worse. It's okay. They can be as dirty as dirt can be to put you in prison. They can take your money through civil asset forfeiture. They can just do all the little dirty tricks. It's all right. It's okay. Just like the Supreme Court said, they don't have to die for you. They can hold you down and keep you from going into the school to protect your children, place you under arrest while they stand outside for 77 minutes and watch your kids get shot down. Now, I heard a story about the officer that actually saved the one who actually killed the guy, the person over there, the shooter. And I have to verify this story before I repeat it because it's like a horrible story, but I heard he was off duty and all kinds of things. And but I gotta do some research before I say all the things I heard. It's the responsibility thing. But the idea is, or the thought is, or I'm wondering if what is said is true. People that were cops that had kids over there, they were able to get in to get their kids. But if you were a parent trying to get your kid, you got held down, arrested, put in handcuffs. I don't know if these things are true or not, but I'm certainly looking to find out. SYLM just ordered my book, President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you ordering that. The next thing we want to talk about in this story is boy, this story pisses me off on so many levels. The poor man's girlfriend and her friend happened to be in the Navy. Let's see, where is this part of the story? Here we go. Somebody called his girlfriend who was stationed at NAS Jacksonville. Oh, okay, no wonder this is in the Jacksonville paper. Called his girlfriend stationed at NAS Jacksonville and her friend who was stationed at Mayport. I don't know where Mayport is. Is that down in Florida as well? Corporal Stokes, who was the police officer who was involved in the pursuit, is concerned about active duty sailors. Corporal, see, here's the problem, especially in these Navy towns. I know all about Navy towns. And I don't imagine much has changed since I was a sailor my damn self. But in these Navy towns, the cops and civilians, they know you and they know how to manipulate you and they know how to turn your buttons. These are things that they know. And They know how much trouble that you will get into if you for some reason are found to be like, you know, for instance, in this case, found to be,
you know, the question I want to have,
found to be hanging out with a biker organization, especially like a 1% organization. They already know what's about to happen to you. They already know. So in expressing his concern about them hanging out with Navy personnel, that's not really what was going on here. What's going on here is an attempt to manipulate these girls and even ruin their careers. That's what's going on here. These girls getting ready to be, I can already, man, I already know what's going on with them right now as they're standing in front of the man, as it were. As they're standing in front of the man, they're going through hell right now. I have to pull up my other stream because it looks like for some reason the comment section has stopped updating again. I just don't know what the hell is wrong with this program. But anyway, I'm now onto my other screen so I can see the comments that are updating here on YouTube. If you're commenting to me on Facebook, I won't see it, but I'm now caught back up with you guys in the comments here on YouTube. Somebody said they read the Hunter S. Thompson book. Why would you read that garbage? But anyway, yeah, the idea here is that they're going to try to manipulate these girls. So, you know, like I said, the police officers asked me, hey, do you have anybody that can come and get your motorcycle? So I had a club brother who came, and he got my bike and stuff and rode it, laughed at me, talked about me the whole time. And but I can imagine that if he, you know, what would have happened if, you know, maybe I had been in an outlaw motorcycle gang and he was in the Navy. So this guy put out on the news, on local television and the news down there. So, you know, the military is going to absolutely, those girls are going to be standing tall before the man, before the CO, first thing this morning. Or if that happened yesterday, it'd be first thing this morning. Trying to explain who I've chosen as a boyfriend. And this is completely anti-American. Like, what do I have to explain who I make love to for? I'm not affiliated with a outlaw motorcycle club. That's my boyfriend. And he can belong to whatever he wants to belong to. But let me tell you where it hurt you. It hurt you if you've got that top secret security clearance. That might be gone today. And if you have a job that requires that you have a top secret security clearance, like let's just say you were an OS, let's say. Do they still have those? You are, let's just say you were a fire control technician, let's say, and you had to have a top secret security clearance because you were dealing with nuclear weapons. You might find yourself automatically transferred to electrician's mate today. Security clearance gone, whole career sidelined. Doing what you love to do, taken away because of your affiliations, because of who your friends are. It seems anti-American, but something like that could happen to you in the military. I have seen it. I've seen it 1,000 times. So I don't know what made those girls decide to identify themselves as active duty military, but that was not a wise move on their part, because they just took that and turned it. I'm concerned with active duty military being involved with 1%er motorcycle clubs. And the military ain't fixing to have that. They're not fixing to have that. That's not how they're going to be trying to get down. So you'll be able to imagine what hell those girls are going through just for coming and picking up their boyfriend and her girlfriend. She came to show support to her girlfriend. So Corporal Stokes, who was involved in the pursuit, is concerned about active duty sailors being affiliated with a man whose name just popped up on a national law enforcement database and as a certified gang member. I don't know if you guys would be interested, but I was just in a vehicle pursuit with a pagan 1%er, Stokes says during a call. He called the girlfriend and a friend to come get the motorcycle and colors, and they are both Navy personnel. Boy, that was a got you, that man, ouch. Right now, they are actually in front of my patrol car, getting his patches and his colors off his back. This had to be a phone call to the military, I would think. And he's verified a pagan through NCIC and GCIC. Wow. That right there could be a career ender, at least in your chosen profession. They could even bring a case against you and throw you out of the military for something like that. So military folks, beware. You saw it in plain sight. You saw it happening. It's not like you didn't see it. You saw it happen. And I'm concerned for those girls. I really am. I can only imagine standing in front of the captain trying to explain yourself. And you ain't done nothing wrong. All you did was got up and went to go get your friend's motorcycle, your boyfriend's motorcycle in his colors. That's all you did. You don't even you didn't run from no police. You weren't in a race. You weren't riding fast. You didn't get a ticket. You were at home chilling, watching television or whatever. You get a phone call. Hey, I need some help. Okay, baby, I'm on my way. And this guy makes a call to your commanding officer or to the base or to somebody in the military. Did you know? I'm concerned that active duty military personnel, Navy personnel, have some dealings with somebody in an outlaw motorcycle gang verified by GCIC and NCIC. What are you guys going to do about it? And the ball gets rolling, man. And the ball gets rolling. To me, that sort of thing is absolutely terrifying. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. So just keep that in your mind. You know, you have the right to be silent and be silent. I come to get my man's motorcycle. Well, what's your name and your phone number and your driver's license, and that's it. What do you do for a living? That ain't your business. We ain't talking about that. I'll be damned if you call my commanding officer with that bullshit. Anyway, Merlin's open road therapy says, I know a chapter of an MC that was shut down because 90% of them worked for the Department of Defense and they was affiliated with a 1%er club. Their MC had top secret security clearance and lost everything. Is that what you're trying to say? Lissa says, I want to know how the cops are managing to keep colors. That should be personal property. I tell you what, I don't know. And they never explained that. They went with the red herrings. Herons, rather. They went with the red herons. Oh, well, we had to be terrified that this guy was a racist and he could have started a race war. He had a noose on his tattooed on him. Well, you know, some people have knives tattooed on them. We start a race war because of a knife. It'd be different if you had a noose with a black person in it. That would be different. But a noose in and of itself, I don't know if that's enough to start a race war in a jail. I've never been like in a jail like that, so I wouldn't know. I don't really know how prison politics go or whatever. That's not my bailiwick. I've only been in jail maybe 3 times in my life, 4 times, and all of them were for speeding, and one was for disorderly conduct when I was 17, I think, 16 or 17. I mean, I'm not a bad guy. I want to be. I was looking at this guy yesterday, this guy on TikTok that talks about prison life. And I'm just like, wow. He's talking about having to fight a guy for 15 minutes in a jail cell. Like, that's a long damn time. You could die in 15 minutes of actual fighting. Anyway, so listen, I don't know why they take your colors, but I know that they told me that I wouldn't get mine back. And so the officer graciously allowed me to call a club brother, and we waited 15 minutes for him to get there. I mean, he could have taken me. He didn't have to wait for my people to come there. And they waited, and brother came, got my motorcycle, took my colors, got my guns. None of that stuff was confiscated. Oh, boy, but did I pay? Oh, my God, it was a $1,500 fine, 6 months probation. In Georgia, you get probation, 40 hours of community service, and then I had to pay all this other money and then the probation money. I'm like, you can't be serious. A person is on probation for a speeding ticket. Are you serious? But this is Georgia. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I got to call Danny D'Lo and tell him, yeah, I had paper on me too, bro. Oh my God. And I had a fine ass probation officer, a little Cuban girl. Ooh, with a booty. Lord have mercy. I tried to holler. She treated me like a criminal. It was sad. You can't holler at your probation officer? Oh, Mr. Bunch, we won't be doing that. And if you try me again, like, she didn't finish. Like, I was like, are you going to march me to the gallows with your fine ass? Here, take me. I wonder if now that I'm free, maybe. Oh, let me not get myself in trouble. All right, so you only have to identify yourself to the cops if reasonable, articulate suspicion. All that stuff, you're right, but they don't follow that. You have to know that. You got to be smart. Anyway, that's this story. Lessons to take away from the story. First of all, just because I'm riding next to somebody and we're going at a high rate of speed, that does not make us racing. That just makes us two guys that was rolling down the road. That's how we rode on we roll on these motorcycles. And before the Georgia super speeder law, which, by the way, when I went to court on that ticket, the new Georgia super speeder law was in effect, and it was going to mean that my insurance was going to go to an astounding $1,500 a month or something. So I walked into court dressed in my best suit and tie, and I asked the judge for a nolo contendere or something like that. No contest. And the judge looked at me and laughed. Ha! He said, Mr. Bunch, really? Why should I? Because a NOLO means that in Georgia, it means I think you get the fine, but you don't get the points, and so you don't get that super speeder ticket. And the judge laughed at me. Ha, Mr. Bunch, why would I ever do such a thing for you? You were doing 120 miles an hour in Georgia, and I'm going to throw the book at your ass. And he laughed at me. He laughed. Ha, ha, ha! And I said, well, Your Honor, I haven't had a ticket in 25 years. And I was just trying to get this young lady to her babysitter. She was late. And we were concerned about her child. And the judge said, you haven't had a ticket in 25 years. And he looked at his lady, his little assistant lady there. Get me this man's record. She pulled my record up. He looked at my record and he smiled and he said, okay, Mr. Bunch, you've won your NOLO. And that was a win, even though I lost $1,500 and 6 months probation. So I had a kid come out and he said, wow, sir, I've never heard anyone speak so eloquently. How you represented yourself and you won that case. I was like, young man, I got massacred. I lost $1,500 and 6 months probation and all them fines. He said, yeah, but you saved yourself $1,500 a month in insurance. You are a winner. That kid made me feel great, man. I felt so great. I walked out of there feeling like a king on top of a cloud, on top of a mountain. I felt like a dragon. So Danny the Smasher, asked me, they didn't hit you with reckless. Actually, that's what I got. I got the reckless instead of the super speeder. And because of the NOLO, I didn't get the points or something. It worked in my benefit. And a reckless is a bunch of points. So I came out I came out as a winner on the insurance front, and but I did lose a hell of a lot of money. I mean, $1,500, bro, for a ticket. Are you serious? This ain't California. 6 months probation. Like I was like a prisoner. I wouldn't have even been able to get a job. Are you on probation? Well, yeah, I ran. I didn't even run from the police. I got pulled over. Black Dragon, there is no America as you once knew it, where pride and productivity and the real military are gone. It's what they see is instantly justified, and you are guilty and may never even be proven not guilty. Yeah, man. Edward Potter, we need to find out why they keep colors. Probably bragging rights. I don't know, man, but I do know what they told him is the same exact thing they told me. You won't get your colors back. They told me that, and I believed them. I absolutely believed that man when he told me. And the reason I believed him is because he waited on the side of the road until one of my club brothers came to get my cut and my motorcycle, just like they did that young man. So I went through that myself personally. Moving on to another subject. So I think we covered what you need to know, and that is, one, if you're in the military, do not allow yourself to be affiliated with a 1% club if you can help it, because they're going to do that whole FBI thing on you, and oh my goodness, I'm concerned that the military, they're going to do that, and it could cost you your military job. You lose your security clearance and you lose that job. And I don't know, in my day, they would put you on another job. Like if you were a fire control technician, you might find yourself a torpedo man. But you might not ever wanted to be no damn torpedo man, sloughing torpedoes around when you were fire control technician shooting nuclear missiles. I mean, not that I ever got to shoot one, but I got to shoot some blanks. It was just as fun. Believe me. Going from that to a torpedo tube loader would have been disheartening. You know, I guess I would have been glad I still kept my job. Now today, who knows? They may just put you out of the whole military. No telling. So try not to get that affiliation, folks. I just feel sorry for those girls. I hope and pray that they get out of that some kind of way. I hope and pray that the command is like, man, that ain't nothing. Stop, quit it, please. Let's find something else. We got 1,000 things to worry about rather than who somebody affiliates with. But if I know the military, especially if they ain't got nothing to do, boy, they'll be all over that one. Second thing is, like I said, 2 guys riding fast is not 2 guys particularly racing. And the other thing I want to say, he gave pursuit and said, they were running from, listen, at 112 miles an hour, I might not have even seen your ass back there. Bro, I'm focusing on what's ahead of me, man. It's the middle of the night. Deer be out there. Or deers, depending on where you're from. Deers be out there. There be antelope or antelopes, depending on where you're from. Where the deer and the buffalo roam, there be all skunks crossing the street. It's the middle of the night, bro. I'm doing 112. I ain't looking in my rearview mirror. I never saw you. Remember the time we were rolling down the highway coming from Los Angeles, heading back down to the Black Sabbath Clubhouse in San Diego? Bro, we were rolling. Of course, this was back when I rode a Gixxer. I had a Gixxer 1000. Man, we were hitting 125, 130 miles an hour, just kicking it, just getting on down. And by the time the highway patrol pulled us over, they pulled us over like the guy came off the intersection. I mean, he came off the exit or on-ramp, whatever. The guy that was chasing us was about 5 miles behind us. He had to call ahead. We weren't even speeding. When the guy pulled us over, we weren't even freaking speeding. We were done speeding. We were slow now, doing our regular old speed. The guy pulls all up on me all hard and everything, like he was going to run my motorcycle off the road. And I pulled over. He jumps out of the car, grabs my arms up above my helmet and stretches me all back like to break my back. I'm like, dude, what in the hell are you doing? What did I do wrong? I'm not even speeding. You were running from my officer. What officer are you talking about? About that time, the other one speeds past me at about 100 miles an hour going to get my friend, because I pulled over, my friend didn't. And my friend, my club brother, they pulled him over down the road. He didn't even know when I pulled over. I had seen the cop. He didn't. They pull him over. They got me all hands behind my back, all over my head, all stretched out and everything. You were running from us. No, I wasn't running from you. The officer said he had you on the horizon and he couldn't catch you guys. Well, he didn't put his foot down on the gas, I guess. I don't know. Is the guy scared? He can't run? He said you guys accelerated from him like he was standing still and he was doing 140. I was like, wow. Oh, we are on Jixers, bro. You're going to jail. And I was like, but we weren't going to jail. Can you give me a break? I don't give breaks. I said, look here, man. You guys give breaks every day. And I want my break right now. So he looked at me and he said, okay, let me ask my partner what he wants to do. And that day we got a break. I mean, we got that big ass ticket, but we didn't go to jail. And so my point is, when you're getting down on a motorcycle and you're moving, your eyes are forward. I honestly, and this was 1995 that happened. So, I have no reason to lie about it. I never saw the guy. I never saw this cop chasing us for miles and miles and miles. Never saw him, bro. We were on them things, doing what them things do, So just because you saw two guys pass you up going real fast doesn't make them racing, doesn't make them running from you, especially if they never saw you. And why would you keep their colors? All right. Moving on to something next. Somebody said racist statements will get you removed. Is somebody getting ready to be thrown out of the chat? Poor fellow. Don't mess with my mods, man. They ain't effing around. My mods are tough. They will put you out of here. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and I think I talked about this slightly yesterday, is the guy, the shooter yesterday that took out that armed killer in the mall. Took out that killer. So they finally named him. And someone told me that guy was having a hard time after killing someone. And I can only imagine. And they named him. His name is Elijah, I believe. It's a very interesting way to spell his name. But it looks like Elijah to me. And what I didn't like was, man, I watched CNN. I turn it on. I watch them all. It's not just, I watch them all. And I was watching CNN. I was watching how nasty they were, like how they just did not want to give this guy any credibility, like a hero. Like, has anybody even interviewed the guy? Like, and then one of the news agencies was trying to throw him under the bus, talking about the mall does not allow people to carry. And so he should be arrested because he was carrying when he shouldn't have been. But he probably really did most likely save a whole bunch of people's lives. So the bottom line is they want you disarmed. They want me disarmed. And nothing that goes against that narrative is going to change that. I mean, they don't want to hear about a good guy saving a mall full of people. They want it to be that everybody is disarmed. So you're not going to hear anything positive in the mainstream news about that guy who is an American hero. You're not going to hear anything positive about him at all, unless it's covered by citizen journalists like myself, independent journalists, people who don't particularly have that agenda. There used to be a time when the news was the news, and they just told the story. And those days are gone. The days of that are gone, and now everybody is a pundit of some sort. I guess even I am, to a greater or lesser extent. But did they show him? Did they? Oh, they showed a picture of him. They sure did, ML. They did show a picture of him. So I just think it's kind of sad that and Al Rishi said the young man did what 300 cops couldn't do in Uvalde. Unfortunately, you're wrong, Al. There was 400 cops, not 300, 400. And he did. I mean, and like I said yesterday, there's a difference in coming to fight somebody's battle and fighting your own battle. If I'm fighting my own battle, it's much easier for me to get involved because I'm trying to save my own life. So, and they also said in the news today, it's such a rare event that somebody with a gun is actually able to, I don't know how rare it is. I know that it's not reported often. I know they don't want you to know that sort of thing is going on. Therefore, it's not reported as often as it should be. But I'm proud of that guy. He saved a lot of lives. I mean, there's no telling how many people that guy could have ran through that mall shooting. But he got taken out by somebody that was legally and properly armed. And that's why self-protection is always so important. To be able to protect oneself is it should be a inalienable right, an inalienable right. And I believe that you have to fight for those rights, and you have to continue to keep the conversation relevant, because it's asinine to think that anyone is going to come and protect you. They'll come pick up the pieces. They'll come clear the scene. They'll use the crime tape, and they'll even go find the people that did it and punish them. But protecting you in your moment of need is not something that they're always equipped or ready or prepared to do. We need to celebrate this guy. We need to celebrate his contribution in risking his life and changing his life forever. Because he could have used his gun to provide cover enough for himself to get the hell out of there and left everyone else to their own vices, devices, abilities. And instead, he engaged a man with a long rifle carrying a pistol. And he won. And that, my friends, is priceless. Tactical Pineapple says, compared to Uvalde cops, he was a full-on operator. Amen. All right, my friends. I think that is, that's my hour. I absolutely appreciate speaking with you guys this morning. I had a great time. We will do this tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. We make content every day, every single day. So make sure to come and hang out with us for an hour each morning here at Black Dragon Biker News Network, Black Dragon Biker TV, biker news you can trust. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. We are not fake news. We are biker news you can trust. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. And make sure to get my books. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. So listen, if you guys have information, knowledge, or something you need to glean, something you need to talk about, you got issues in your motorcycle club, get clarity. Hit me up on my consultation app, my consulting app, clarity.fm/black-dragon, clarity.fm/black-dragon. We can help you with your biker club issues. Check out my ratings, man. We're pretty successful. This is something we do, and we don't mind doing it for you.
You are fake news.
Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust.